everyone, welcome back to the ThC Doctor YouTube channel. My name is Emily, and for today's video we are going to be going over a live that me and Dr. Shah did earlier today on our Instagram account where we talk about autism in children and adults and how THC helps them. So stay tuned for that. I just wanted to let y'all know this is going to be a two-part series where today we are just going over how people benefit from THC who have autism and just different facts and everything that we learned in our research. And then the next video, which will be coming out in a couple days to a week, we are going to be interviewing a parent of a child with autism and just learning exactly how they have benefited from it. So stay tuned for that as well. Thank you and enjoy the video. Hey everyone, welcome to this week's live. I'm here with Dr. Shah today.
Hey Emily, how are you? Happy New Year. Happy New Year, everybody.
So today we are talking about autism and how THC helps kids with autism and also adults as well.
Yes, also adults, that's right. So there's people in the medical field, we also have a way of diagnosing adults with autism issues where in the past, we might have just given them a different diagnosis, in the medical field, but now we're actually saying, all right, these adults are actually have symptoms that are similar to kids who have autism as well.
Yeah, so I guess I'll just go over the basic definition of autism. It's a spectrum disorder with a broad range of conditions characterized by challenges with social skills, repetitive behaviors, speech, and nonverbal communication.
Yeah, that's actually an excellent description of it. I mean, you have to be a parent living with a child, living with it, and understanding exactly all the different issues and all the different levels, or what they call a spectrum, that entails autism. Same thing for adults. As you mentioned something about social interaction, social skills. That's usually what's affected. They have difficulty interacting in social environments, which a lot of people would find normal every day, but they hesitate, they're nervous, they get panicky, and they can't leave their homes. So like I said, that falls into other diagnoses we were talking about in psychiatry, like the social behavioral issues where you want to be reclusive and you don't want to leave your house. So they all intermix. It's not like a one set diagnosis for a lot of psychological issues. And we call this neurobehavioral cognitive issues. So it falls into a big spectrum.
Yeah, so the spectrum disorder, it's like found by their parents. Non-functioning children who have autism, their parents find it, but when children grow up and it is found in their adulthood, it's because they're highly functioning and it's something that kind of just comes out of...
Yeah, I mean, if growing up in the 80s and 90s, autism wasn't a common diagnosis, right? The education behind knowing about it wasn't out there. We weren't giving that diagnosis to a lot of people. I grew up with a bunch of kids I can guarantee had autism. Different social interaction skills that weren't considered normal. But it's just now we're more aware of it, and now parents are more aware. And that obviously the internet's doing a lot of that too, providing education in different ways. But as a parent, as what you brushed upon, it's really behavioral, social issues that can be anywhere from being isolated and not communicating much with a lot of people and just seeming a little bit more shyer than the rest of the kids, to the point where these repetitive behaviors could be, picking on their own skin, hitting themselves or hitting others.
Aggression.
High levels of aggressive behavior as well. And for some parents, this is so hard to deal with. This is a full-time job. So they're finding benefit with THC and CBD, and that's the awesome part. What we're learning with a lot of past studies, and you kind of brushed on some of the studies, right? Do you remember what they were about?
Yeah, so some of the earliest studies were more into epilepsy, and they were studying it for people with epilepsy and those type of neurological disorders.
Yeah, seizure type issues.
Yeah, seizures and stuff.
for children. And what was recreated was they first did studies on rodents, rats, and they found that, if they had some similar type of issues with seizures, that the CBD was helping. And then a small study was observational study where they looked at children and gave them high doses of CBD or high ratios of CBD to very little THC, and they found quite a bit of improvement in the seizures. And that's actually the first bill that was passed for Texas was in 2015, was for intractable seizures for children. And it worked really well. That's really what opened the door and actually got the next bill in 2019 passed. So you're right, it started with seizures, and then a lot of those children that have seizures also have autism disorders, right? Did you read about that as well?
Yeah, I did read about that. Yeah, because that's why a lot of the parents were kind of running to CBD and cannabinoid products, because it was helping their kids with seizures, other kids with seizures, and these autistic children were also having seizures and have epilepsy, and they saw it like working with those kids. They were like, well, we're not really seeing improvement in
the traditional medications, which there's very few of. There's very little that is known about autism, how it happens, how we can prevent it, and the medications are very minimal. A lot of people have heard of Ritalin, Adderall, then the antipsychotics that they use for more behavioral issues, but the parents don't like the side effects. A lot of the side effects, you'll notice, will make them not even be sleepy all the time, lethargic, and they also would have other side effects associated with it as well that they didn't like, and they don't know what the long-term issues with it. So they wanted to try something natural, and CBD, THC provided benefit to a lot of the parents, and it was a lot of grassrooting. It was parents telling other parents, and them using the CBD and finding, oh my God, it's helping my children with these issues. When we talk to our patients through Texas THC Doctor, we have a lot of parents that are begging us to get their children onto this program, not knowing that it's not a hard process, really. History of autism spectrum disorder does get you qualified, and will get you approved, so you can at least start and see how it's helping you. So a lot of benefit. So what we're going to do, and I think I'll let you talk about it, is hopefully there'll be more information on how we'll talk about our patients and what their experiences were.
Exactly. So we are hoping to reach out, or have some of our patients reach out to us and talk to us on live, kind of like we did last week with Deltrons.
Yes. And we talked about PTSD with him. So hopefully we'll do the same thing with our patients and the parents that have autism. As well as some adults. Actually, we have some patients that are adults with autism, and it's provided them a quality of life improvement for them functioning outside of their house and at their workplace to a better, higher degree. So amazing. When do you think we'll get that done? Maybe later this week?
Yeah, probably later this week. Hopefully by next Monday for the next video at latest.
Okay.
But we'll definitely have that ready for y'all. We are very excited to finally get to interview someone with this disorder and kind of see just exactly how it's working for them, because there aren't, like you had mentioned earlier, there aren't that many studies over it, but it is parent to parent.
A lot of that information, that's how they're learning about it. And there a lot of people that have their own podcasts that talk about their story with autism and how CBD and THC help. A recent study in Israel, I believe Tel Aviv University, they're doing a study with THC and CBD. And what they initially are noting is that the children that were started on high CBD or only CBD ratios found improvement in their quality of life, of a decrease in aggressive behavior. And now they did another one where they did only THC. And what they found is these children, even with a low dose THC with no CBD, are showing even better improvement. So really neat. And we noticed some of that with our current patients. Our current patients, we started them on the more researched high CBD to low THC ratio, and they found quite a bit of benefit. But some parents asked us if we could do a higher ratio, stating that they still feel that not all the symptoms were improved. They had tried their own THC high ratios from other states on their own, and they were telling us that they had beneficial results from it. So we tried it, and amazingly, they're getting amazing results with it too. They're staying on the higher THC and the low CBD ratio, and that's providing more benefit so far with our observational reviews. So
yeah, no, that's always amazing to hear with stories like that, and it'll be even better to be able to interview
someone live and get their point of view. But if anybody just wants to write in, tell us their experiences with it, please contact us through our website or actually just through Instagram.
Yeah, DM. You could even comment. You could call us as well.
Yeah, call that 830 number. The 830-549-5500. And if you just need to learn some information, please go to our website, www.texasthcdoctor.com.
Thank you guys so much for watching, and
we'll see you soon. And Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year. Thank you guys so much for watching that video. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and I hope you learned something. Don't forget, we are posting a second part to this video where we interview a patient with autism, their parent. Very exciting stuff. For more information about what we do here at Texas THC Doctor and how to get qualified, check out our website, www.texasthcdoctor.com. Follow our Instagram and Facebook for information about our events and just to see our posts and all that, and be updated with our YouTube channel. Turn on our post notifications for every time we post. And yeah, also, we go live every Monday. Y'all should definitely check that out so you can interact with me and Dr. Shah personally. We love being able to see y'all join in on our lives and ask questions and all that stuff. Also, if you have questions right now, don't be afraid to comment them in the comment section below. But I will see y'all in the next video. Thank you and bye.